G-Sauce, Gavin here, and welcome back to another video. Recently, I've just been obsessed with Beetroopers, and I really just want to show off my deck. I think it's pretty good right now, and yeah, time for me to show you guys what all the buzz is about. So I'm going to start off with the Beetroopers themselves, because these guys are actually what have you win the games. So you have a triple Scout Buggy. Scout Buggy is just Tour Guide for itself, so Tour Guide, but he also is just really good in recovery plays. So you're always going to have another body. Next we have Scale Bomber. Scale Bomber is an extender, so you can normal summon Buggy, then channeling 2 Scale Bomber. So Buggy is going to summon another Buggy from the deck, and you have Scale Bomber on the field as well, which is an interruption. So this helps you break boards, but it also allows you to make a board as well. So I think this card is pretty good. It's also pretty good to summon off of Atlas at the end. Not bad, not bad. Another thing about this deck is that you always want more bodies, so any extender is welcome. And speaking of extenders, you play one Assault Roller. His secondary effect doesn't come up. All you have to know is that he's a searchable Insectipede. This card's pretty nice. And then we have 2 Bee Sting Lancers. So when you get into the bigger guys, these are when they get a little okay. People like to play 2 of this because it helps not clog, but he's also a pretty good card. Basically, he's a DD Crow, where you target 1 card in your graveyard and 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. You put them onto the bottom of the deck during the main phase at all. So basically it helps you get around to some of your opponent's disruptions. But he also extends your plays, because once he hits the field, he helps search for a spell or trap. So because of that, you have a Monster Reborn in the deck, and you also have a counter trap. So he's pretty good. And then I think we're on to the last one, which is Mighty Neptune. This is a searchable, pretty much BLS. He helps recycle your Resonance Insects and your Goki Pulse. So yeah, and the fact that he's 3k too just helps you break boards. So these are the bees. No more, no less. Actually, maybe more. We might want to play a 3rd Sting Lancer, but hey, we're still testing right now. But I think this is a good ratio. Next are the Battle Wasps. These are actually the best secondary engine for the deck, because not only are the insects and they help play along perfectly with the rest of the deck, but they also do some other really cool things as well. So Battle Wasp Sting to Poison is basically a Rhoda for the rest of your Battle Wasps, which are all extenders, and he's also a negate. So there's a really cool play where when you're on the crackback, you can Arbalist bring back Sting to Poison. If they try to negate it at all, what you can do is that you can use Sting to Poison, tribute off Arbalist, and negate that on the field, and you get your search through with this. So this is really nice. You only play 1 of this just because it's searchable, and he doesn't help you extend as much. He has to be normal summoned. Well, I mean, yeah. Then you have triple Twin Bow Attacker. He can attack twice, which never really comes up. The thing that you mostly use it for is that it's just a free bug. Same thing as Pin, except this one burns and helps you win in time. So yeah, it's pretty integral that you get Sting to Poison into rotation at any point. But other than that, all of them are like really nice. If you open up a hand with like 1 or 2 of these and a Beetrooper, you're solid. Next, you just have like the regular insects. So you have triple Resonance Insect. This is your Ben 10. You want to recycle this as much as possible, because what this allows you to do is that when it hits the graveyard from the field, it searches a level 5 or higher insect type monster from your deck, and then when it's banished, it sends a level 4 or lower from your deck to the graveyard. Oh wait, no, it's just an insect. It just dumps an insect. Okay, so this card's even more cracked, but you know, it's really nice. It's not once per turn on either effect. So being able to use monsters in your extra deck, like the Insector Link, really helps you get this into rotation. Next, you have Doomdozer, which is another searchable BLS, which helps trigger Resonance Insect. You have Goki Pole, where when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to add a level 4 insect type monster from your deck to your hand. So it could be Resonance Insect, it can be Kuagata. Kuagata works really well with Goki Pole, because when this is sent to the graveyard, if it adds a normal monster, you special summon it, and then you non-targeting destroy a monster in your opponent's side of the field with attack higher than it. So this is a 1700 attack. So this one's not optimal, but it's what I have. And I think it works pretty well. It outed the UCT a couple times a couple days ago. And that's all the regular insects in a deck. Next, we have some going second cards. So for this deck, I wanted to play a diverse set of triple Ash, triple Nib, and if we're just going to throw all the going second cards, triple Forbidden Chalice, and triple Infinite Permanence. I wanted to play 3, 6, 9, 12 because it allowed me to always see a going second card. If you open up Ash Nib, you're usually set. You open up Ash Chalice, Chalice helps you blank a card. So the reason why I'm playing Chalice is because it helps you blank into a board. So if you go into an Apollousa with like a Sting, you normal summon Sting the poison, use its effect. You chain Apollousa, you chain Chalice. Usually most decks right now don't end on a spell and trap negate unless your name is Sword Soul and you end on 1. So you just blank that. Or if you just end on Chalice and Imperm, you kind of just break every board. So yeah, it's really nice. I really like it right now. I think these are just the most generic, best cards to play in a deck like this. Because with Droplets is really nice. But the problem is that you're getting rid of too many cards, and this deck really needs every single card in its hand. So yeah, this is what I got. I think it's really nice. Next are just the one of spells and traps. You have a Beetrooper formation, which is a Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn, which is a Monster Reborn. Called by the Grave because you're a combo deck and you need this. And you pretty much die to a single hand trap sometimes, unless you open in like more extenders. But yeah, you kind of need this card. And Beetrooper Flying Sting. This is your Solemn Strike that's searchable, where basically at the end of your turns, if you have a monster with 3,000 attack on your side of the field, you can just banish an insect and set this again. And that works really well with your extra deck and even Neptune. And that's the main deck. Next, we're moving on to the extra deck, where this is going to look kind of weird, kind of jank, but because of the deck you're playing, it makes sense because sometimes you're locked into insects. So you're going to be playing 2 giant Beetrooper Invincible Atlas. This Link Summon card cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects when it has 3,000 or less attack. This is very important because he has a second effect where you can tribute a monster. I think it has to tribute an insect more in particular. But you tribute an insect and he either gains 2,000 attacks, so he's at 5k, so he won't be at towers, or he special summons a Beetrooper from the deck. So yeah, this card's crazy. You can usually end on this at the end of every turn. You play 2 because there's situations where you sometimes just need multiple of it. Yeah, it helps OTK, it helps do a lot. This card is crazy. Next, you play triple Armor Horn. This is your extra deck Seraphonite or double summon, where you make this, you get a second normal summon. It activates though, so watch out for that. And another thing about it is that it's an extender in the grave. So you banish 3 insect type monsters, you bring it back, so that can help trick a resonance insect or helps put fodder in your graveyard and banished, so you can Neptune put them back into the deck. So yeah, this just allows so many different plays. Really, really good. Here's the other best one. Most games are only going into these anyway, and like maybe one other extra deck monster. But what this allows you to do is on Link Summon, you target an insect type monster, or it might even just target a card in general. I think it is one other insect type monster. Let's look at this. Yes, it is. And equip it with a insect type monster from the deck. So what that allows you to do is it puts Resonance Insect on something. And yeah, that's basically what that's used for. And you can, you get a bunch of insect type monsters in the grave anyway. So you can just put them all back and draw 1. We'll put back 3, draw 1. Here's the other one that you usually go into, Seraphim Papillion. If you can't end on Atlas, you sometimes end on this. Basically, it gets a counter for every insect type monster you summon it. And then once per turn, you can quick effect, remove a counter, special summon an insect type level 4 or lower from your graveyard. So it works really well with Sting because you get a add back and then you get a negate. So this card's really good. Insect Shinobi, I don't even know what this is, but all I know is that it's generic. You never go into it. Then you have the other generic ones of Nightmare Phoenix and Almirage. Sometimes you end on a board where you need to make Out Mirage in order to extend with a card like Resonance Insect, and Phoenix just because it's generic. And that's all for the links. And then for the Exes, you have Cicada King, because it's a negate that brings back something from the graveyard. So what you can do is you can say Cicada King, move itself to defense position after detaching, negate a card, like blank a card on the field, grab back Sting to Poison, add back a card, and it's just insane. You can also play other cards like, I know you can dump Scary Moth from your deck to the graveyard. So you can Cicada King, bring back Scary Moth, so you have a Winda too. So that's an idea. And you play Downward Magician and Zeus. The only cards that I know of that really lock you into insects are Invincible Atlas, Armor Horn, or if you summon out one of these guys, Battle Wasps. If you summon out him for free, you're locked into insects. So let's just say you want to break a board and they don't negate this. You just Scout Buggy, go into a Scout Buggy, go into Cicada King, attack, Downward, Zeus. You just break a board. And yeah, that's for my deck. If there's anything else you want to see, just let me know. I'll see you guys next time.